It's easy, why dumping on it.
Good morning from Off the Wall Prepper here in the Ozarks. So, we are having a supply chain meltdown. I gave you the update yesterday about the cargo ships. I've also talked to you about the trucking industry. We've all seen food shortages and that type of thing going on in our areas. I've gotten several reports from all over the country. So that being said, now this morning and last night there was more breaking information that our global supply chain is breaking down.
And I know I was sort of wondering about the longer term structural dislocations, but now it's really the immediacy of the Delta variant that's causing all the problems.
Yeah, indeed, Heidi. We spoke to a lot of manufacturers in recent weeks and we asked them what is their outlook now as we head towards the end of the year and as Delta spreads, like you mentioned. And the message from all of these manufacturers was that actually they're girding for the long haul now. They don't see these problems with shipping containers being resolved anytime soon. They continue to complain about shortages of key input materials for their products. And of course, there's ongoing disruption as they try to get their products around the world. And remember, we're going into the all-important holidays or Christmas shopping season now. So this is bumper time for consumer manufacturers and for shippers. And both of them are saying that there's a logjam out there, and that will, of course, continue to have an upward pressure effect on inflation, and it will, of course, have a downward effect on the global growth recovery.
We've had drastic weather conditions all around the world, wiping out crops.
Some of those things are the size of baseballs.
This morning, a sobering look at Ida's devastation. Homes submerged in water as far as the eye can see, nearby roads completely washed out.
Threatening thousands of homes and leading to the evacuation of South Lake Tahoe. Firefighters on the ground now dealing with harsh weather conditions and short supply of reinforcements.
We are expected to see food go up in price, which we've already been seeing over the last few months, but they say by October that it's going to go up drastically. We're looking at 9.6% for sugar. But what's happening is we all didn't get a 15, 20, 25%, 30% raise this last year. Most of us, especially if you're a small business owner, we got financially hurt by what was going on with the lockdowns and the shutdowns and all this. So, needless to say, most people do not have the extra money to now be worried and concerned about a food shortage, a global supply meltdown. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're in for a very bumpy ride this fall, because they are predicting right now on the markets and the commodities that we will see inflation that we have not seen in decades when it comes to the food supply. In our area, gas is up to about $2.89 here in the Ozarks. Now, of course, we can't expect it to be like it was last year during the shutdown because nobody was using gas. But gas is on the rise, food is on the rise. The other thing I've noticed is that a lot of food is getting ready to expire. That is going out on the shelves. So Ladies and gentlemen, get ready for a bumpy ride this fall. Prep up. Make a list and get those things on the list as soon as you can. If you have a deep freezer, fill it up. If you're someone that hunts, plan on hunting this fall and winter, because I have a feeling we are going to have an eye-opening fall and winter. There's also a couple new, you gotta be very careful on YouTube what I say. What happened to us last March, and then there was another one this summer. Now there's another one. So that mess just keeps spiraling out of control as well. We've had so many mixed messages. I don't know. I know that I'm glad that we garden. I'm glad that we are prepared. But people have also been talking about these camps. Okay? Think about this. If you have no food, no water, they aren't going to have to knock door to door. A lot of people will rush into those, thinking that they're getting a helping hand. Once inside of those, they're going to realize they can't just leave. Excuse me, I'm sorry about that. In October, they're saying that food-wise, we're going to see a 13-year high. Now we have other distractions going on down, in Texas. Another distraction last night in Kabul. Man, the distractions this year have just been from one thing to the other. And I think, honestly, there's so much going on and so many things happening that will affect each and every one of us, that if they can keep us going from one to the other, we don't really have time to think about the big picture. And the big picture, we all know, is that we've been forced this last year, whatever side you stand on. Freedoms are not free. Freedoms are not to be taken lightly. I watched a very interesting thing last night that, that we've been basically spoon-fed and preconditioned to always having to be told, well, we're free. Well, we're free. We're in a free country. Are we really free? A lot of people wake up and they go to work 9 to 5. We've been conditioned to charge, buy, go get the newest TV, the latest phone, the bigger house, the newer car. Is this really what life's about? This vicious circle of in debt. Look up the word enslavement. Enslavement, indebtedness, they all go together, if you think about it. Now, I don't want anybody to get upset that I said that word, but what it's coming down to, folks, is that we all are becoming that without even knowing it. That we have been fooled. That they have had us put blinders on all these years. And now, a lot of people are waking up. I hope each and every one of you wake up before it's too late. Before you don't have food, or you don't have water, or you don't have medical supplies. It's so important with the times that we're living in, to become very self-reliant, to get to know people in your community, local people. We can all bitch and holler and scream and stomp our feet, But this ball has been set in motion, and it's like a vicious merry-go-round. And are we going to be able to get off of that merry-go-round? What is the end game? What is the real agenda? You know, I don't know, I'm pretty frustrated with things that are being said to people, the division that's happened in this country. You know, we have our issues, yes we do. We really have our issues in this country. We have not seen major conflict or in economically hitting the wallet so hard that you're praying that you have money for a loaf of bread or a gallon of milk. What do we do? You know, maybe this is what they keep talking about, the Great Reset. Maybe this is what it's all about. Maybe humanity has to be woken up. Maybe we've sat back so long and became numb to other issues, other people's issues. I remember growing up as a kid in Nebraska, people truly cared about each other. A lot of that in those rural areas and the rural area we live in has went away. I thought after living in Dallas and seeing the real estate market crash, and at the time I was a loan officer, I thought I'd move back to rural Nebraska to be closer to my family, which was Colorado, Nebraska. And I thought, oh God, what a relief. Get out of the city, get away from all the killings and the muggings and the drugs and homeless everywhere. So I get back there, small town, where people used to know each other's names. And I've never seen so many people hooked on drugs, prescription drugs, alcoholism. You know, everybody's trying to find a way to numb themselves, numb the pain, numb that they don't like things that are going on. Maybe it's time we pinch ourselves. Maybe it's time that we wake up, that we quit being so critical toward everybody and everything that's said. This last election, I made a comment on Facebook, of all things, you know, where you're supposed to have friends and family around you. A dear friend of mine, friends with him almost 28, 29 years, he got mad because of what I said. But my scenario is kind of like this, you know. Right now, whoever's the pilot, and we get on a plane, we hope that pilot can fly that plane pretty level, have a pretty good takeoff, and a pretty good landing. We support that pilot in our minds, like, okay, buddy, do this shit. But when all the elections and stuff were going on, you know, people were getting way off kilter. And I made that scenario, you know. We sure don't sit behind him and go, take it down, buddy. It don't matter. You know, the leadership that we have right now, let's not even talk about it. Out of control. Unreal. And back to the subject at hand, the supply chain, the food chain. I've had emails, literally hundreds of emails, from the interview I did in Missouri of the grocer. People are seeing all different things, and I'm sure you are too in your area. It may be water 1 week, vegetables and egg, meat, whatever. But we're also seeing, if you start paying attention, the prices are going up and up and up. So if they're saying that by mid-October, y'all, that only gives us a month to get our shit together. A month. If your shit isn't together, you better get it together. You know, think about some of those comfort foods, your basic rice, beans. Everybody can afford rice and beans. I hope everybody has a good Labor Day. And I hope that everybody's eyes, I hope you all's eyes get wide open. Because I'll tell you what, they keep talking about a great reset. And if you look outside the box and off the wall, man, we've been wrapped up in ourselves too long. We've forgotten the good old-fashioned American way. We've forgotten morals. We've forgotten our Christianity, our spirituality, to take care of ourselves. The United States has more obese people than anywhere in the world. We've got to take care of ourselves. Mentally, physically, spiritually. We've got to prepare ourselves because if we see a collapse in the United States, I've heard it on other groups, on lives, it's every man for himself. I'll steal from you if it's to feed my family. Oh, wow. What have we become? What have we become, America? Something to think about.
It's easy, why? Something on it.